32nd degree Masons. They're men like you, fathers and husbands, friends and colleagues, professionals, tradesmen, men of all faiths, men from all walks of life, men in good standing in their local lodge, men who believe in the ideals of Freemasonry and enjoy its camaraderie. The question is, why have these busy, fully involved men chosen to go beyond their membership in their local lodges? Why have they become 32nd degree Masons?
I became involved in the Scottish Rite because I wanted more with Masonry. My Blue Lodge gave me a taste of it, a touch of it, but I saw all the good that was there, and I wanted more. Now, instead of my 400 brothers, now I have thousands of brothers. It's a family organization, and it builds a family. It helps families grow. And you know, Scottish Rite's done it for me. Scottish Rite has really helped me feel good about who I am and what I am. And I go home feeling so good that I think I could be a better dad and a better husband. And my wife, Rosie, she said that, you know, you come home from your Scottish Rite meeting and it's like you're on cloud nine.
Every minute that he's given to the Scottish Rite has come back to us fourfold.
Is this the one you want? You don't want this one?
My daughter is my daughter. I mean, she's the most precious thing in the world to me. Scottish Rite has a lot of programs that focus on the family. There's an entire program that's throughout the entire northern Masonic jurisdiction that relates to family life, and there's a major commitment and a major drive to recognize the importance of the family.
The draw for me, being a young person and being attracted to Masonry, is that it's allowing me to learn from the wisdom of others. For me, Masonry and Taekwondo are really one and the same. In each of these systems, once you've achieved a certain level, you move to the next step or you move to the next belt.
Scottish Rite Freemasonry springs from the roots of the third degree. Its additional 29 degrees demonstrate the basic principles of Masonry, especially the individual's responsibilities to his God and society. The Rite also confers a 33rd degree for exemplary service to the fraternity or mankind. In consideration of our brothers' busy lives, valleys throughout the northern jurisdiction are now making degree work faster and easier. Some valleys have compressed degree work to just one day. This, of course, limits the number of full presentations that new members view before reaching the 32nd degree. They view the remainder during the course of future valley meetings.
And I'm a pretty busy guy. I do a lot of things. We run our business, Myris and I. We ballroom dance. I used to fly a plane, used to scuba dive. I got a lot of things going on, but I always have time for my Masonry. The Scottish Rite just seems to attract the finest of all. And we're all equal. We're all just like this pool table, just as level as can be. Just roll that ball. That guy can roll the ball, and I can roll the ball, and we're all the same. It's all equal.
I'll tell you, if you join Scottish Rite, you'd be expanding yourself in Masonry. You'd be expanding your friendship. If you live, let's say, in Lexington, Massachusetts, like we are now, you're going to meet men from all over greater Boston and within a 30, 40, 50-mile radius. And it's going to expand your horizons.
In my class in Scottish Rite, there were guys that were just 21 years old, and I think there was a guy late 80s or maybe 94 years old. And you've got this widespread in ages as well as backgrounds.
Where my parents ever got the money for my entry fee, I don't know. But when I was 21, there was a petition on my plate, and I knew if I didn't sign it, I'd never eat there again, and I wasn't married, so I signed it. I've been eternally grateful. My dad was a Mason. His father was a Mason. He never got to Scottish Rite. He never had much money, and when I was raised, I don't think anybody had much money, but we didn't know. We reported the government come along and told us about it. We just lived. We did what we had to get along. And I know both my parents would be proud.
The teachings of Scottish Rite Masonry have helped me more than words can say. Just I can reflect back. Well, what would so and so do? And it's brought my father and me closer. 32nd degree Mason's probably the best thing since my daughter was born and since I got married that I've ever done in life. I wouldn't give it up for anything.
Another important part of Scottish Rite is it gives you an outlet for charitable activities. That you can directly reach out and touch people's lives, not just by sending a check, but by actually getting involved.
32nd degree Masons are deeply involved in charities locally and across the northern jurisdiction. They fund the Schizophrenia Research Program. They support the Museum of Our National Heritage, a lively interactive display of American history and culture, as well as an extensive library and repository for Masonic writings and artifacts. Through the Abbott Scholarship Program and local scholarships, they help members' offspring attend college. The most recent of their philanthropies are the Children's Learning Centers for youngsters with dyslexia.
They've been labeled as the dummy in the class, and they don't know how to get out of that predicament.
We knew that Alex was intelligent, and we knew that his testing in school, his schoolwork was not reflecting what we knew he could do.
They don't learn the language automatically. So we're teaching the language as a science. At the same time, we're using the fact that your strongest memory channel is the so-called kinesthetic one. Writing, doing things with your hands, doing things yourself.
Right from the start, we felt comfortable, we felt welcomed. We found other parents in the waiting room who were sharing difficulties and expressing great relief that their child was in a program that was right where they needed to be.
Our teachers just give them the ability and the skill to learn to communicate so that they can read. And when we do that, their self-esteem changes, their families change, their lives change, how they're treated changes, how they feel about themselves changes.
I thought I was a little dumb and everything, but now I think I'm like real smart.
These learning centers are something that are going to help some younger people to be better people. And that's what it's all about, if you can help your fellow man.
A 32nd degree Mason puts his principles to work, not just within the Brotherhood's programs, but also in the service of causes outside Masonry. Brother Elwood Black and his wife Ruth volunteer with Red Cross Disaster Relief.
We are co-team leaders for Hamilton County, although we do respond in other counties also. We respond mainly in the daytime. We are also in the National Red Cross system.
And so this is our way of giving back to our people, to everyone. We should always love everybody, of course, but it gives them something right now and someone to talk to. We're good listeners.
Being a 32nd degree Mason reminds me of my duties to myself, to my God, to my family. It gives me the instructions to be a better man. It gives me an opportunity to share the wonderful teachings of Masonry with others, because being a 32nd degree Mason allows me to invite others to the activities of our local valley. And that's important. It gives us an opportunity to be a showcase to the rest of the community.
Scottish Rite meeting places serve as home to both community events and traditional Masonic activities.
Participating in the degrees is kind of like being a preacher at church. I've received something and I'd like to give it back, to teach the people what I've already learned and give them a way of taking what I've learned out into the world.
Can we share with you some of the strength that we draw from our associations with each other? Can we invite you to learn with us, to join with us, to celebrate with us the tenets of Freemasonry? If you do, you will be rewarded. Not with money or not with prestige, but you'll be rewarded from within. And hopefully, you'll reach out and share it with others. And the world will be a better place.
We invite you to learn more about becoming a 32nd degree Mason. Write to the Scottish Rite Supreme Council in Lexington, Massachusetts, or visit our website.